What's going on, y'all? Better send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, there we go. Okay, bam. So right now we're just going through some pairs. Not really too much that I kind of like right now. There's only possibly GJ. Been calling buys on this the past, all month really. We see here the new higher high possibly getting made right here. Kind of started yesterday. But we do got news today. So we got Eurobank holiday all day. And then we got average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate at 8:30, and that's literally the only news event. So with this news event, I would not be surprised if the price is kind of chilling and staying in place until then. So definitely keep an eye on your charts when trading today. But I do like GJ for a possible buy setup, so we're gonna be watching that. We're gonna be looking at gold as well. Now gold's at an interesting spot. It's kind of in the same position that was in yesterday. So we're currently on this strong support resistance level. And basically, depending on if we can hold this level, we either respect it or we break out of it, we'll see either the downtrend continue or we can possibly see a possible reversal start today. We see the price again has just been chilling here, which isn't a coincidence. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be looking for. We might see some quick moves here or there, but if we can hold it as resistance, then we can see the downtrend continue. But if we break back above this level, then we can possibly see the reversal or the beginning of the uptrend. So it's definitely going to be interesting how today goes. Took one trade last night with the members. Took the first L of the week, but we're still up for the week. We'll go over that in a second as well. We're going to be just watching GJ for right now. We're going to be watching gold indices. We're going to be watching those as well, but they're not really at any good entry points. So we're just going to be chilling right now. Let's actually pull this up right now. The price is just chilling in place. Yes, there's not a lot of pairs I really like right now. It's like maybe like 1 or 2 pairs that I like right now. Still have to wait for some confirmations though. Those just joined the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. Some of the charts for right now. Let me see what these pairs are up to. New 5 minute did just start. Yes, I'm looking at some other charts on my other screen right now. Yeah, we had a lot of retracements happen last night as well. We had a Euro holiday today. That's the only thing really, and there's only like 3 news events. They're all popping off at the same time. going on, y'all? What's going on? I see y'all in here. It's a new month, last month of this quarter. So if y'all don't know, the beginning of every month, the first week of every month, we have major news events, news reports coming out. So the beginning, like that last week and the first week of every month, is usually the choppiest and where we have the most news events. So it's not too much of a coincidence that we're experiencing that, really, especially the past couple of days. But I also been seeing the charts. Well, there was a couple retracement moves that happened last night, but as far as like the main pairs we trade, they're kind of just chilling in place right now. But we're going to be watching GJ. That's the only thing that I could possibly see possible entry in right now. So we're going to be watching that. Still waiting on a couple confirmations. Well, let me push that up. Went for buy on it yesterday as well. We hit the final TP. Did a nice rejection. Did a retest off this little shot back up. Then basically chilled in place for literally all last night during Tokyo session. Just broke this level. But as you can see, there's not a lot of volume. There's very small candlesticks, a lot of wicks, which is a sign, indication that there's not a lot of volume. Price is basically just floating, which is not too much of a surprise. But just looking at the market structure, especially on the bigger time frames, the daily time frame, and if we go on a naked chart, we can see that price has been slowly climbing up. We were catching buys leading this entire month. Got a little trapped here, but finally broke through that level, started trading as a support. But you can see that it's been slowly but surely trying to climb up. Won't really be looking for sells. I wouldn't look for sells unless price breaks below. Well, first, before we even do that, let's go to the left. So we're on top of the major support resistance level. We have a small level of traffic above us, another strong support resistance level above us, which is why price is kind of struggling to make that new high. But if it can hold those levels, we can look for buys. But I wouldn't really look for sells unless price breaks below possibly 172.80 and treats that as a resistance. But anything above that, I'll still consider buy territory. I mean, right now we're in the middle of a higher high, technically. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Got a strong wall of price underneath here as well, right above the support resistance level. Yeah, and I'm looking on my charts for other pairs. I don't really like anything else right now. Going to be watching gold. But like we went over at the beginning of this live, gold is on the key support resistance level. And I want to see how it reacts. I want to see either break below or above that before I mess with it. Especially since, right now it's just ranging. So we're going to leave gold alone for right now. You see GJ is ranging as well. So yeah, we may or may not enter anything until after the news or right before. But we see gold is here as well. It's been chilling here literally all night. Hit this level, rejected it, broke back above it. It's rejecting, it's playing around. So we're just going to be chilling right now. You see on your screen how we've been doing the past couple weeks. This week, if I'm not mistaken, we're 5-1 so far this week. It's been a little bit of a shorter week as well because, of course, Monday didn't really trade Monday. It was a bunch of bank holidays and volume was very low. So didn't trade Monday. So it's been a 4-day week. And it's the beginning of a new month. So not too bad for that. Because just like those I was here at the beginning of this month, it was pretty slow as well. But we're still up for the week, which is the ultimate goal. But we're just chilling right now. Yeah, so as we can see here, we look to the left, we can see the same price level that we're currently at was a super strong support level. You can tell by all these wicks here. Then you can also tell because when price broke down below this level, you can see for multiple days, price wick and close underneath here. Then you see price doing the same thing the past 2 days, respecting this as a resistance. You see the wicks, you see how price went as soon as it hit it, it came to a halt. So depending on If it rejects this level, we could possibly see the downtrend continue. But if it breaks above this level, treat it as support, then we could possibly see the reversal kick back in, at least short term. I'm not going to say long term, but yeah, that's what we're looking at right there for gold. So we're just going to be chilling, letting it do its thing for right now. It looks like it's trying to push up, but again, we're not going to mess with it just yet. We're going to need a couple confirmations before we do that. Looking at the indices, I didn't enter NAS yesterday, but I did go over in yesterday's live and with the members. So if anyone was watching live or looking at NAS, y'all could have caught a nice move. But yeah, so looking at NAS, we're going to just continue to go with the flow. It made a new higher high yesterday, so we're going to continue to look for buys. Wouldn't really consider sells unless price breaks and holds below like 13,830, 13,835. But anything above that, I'll still consider buy territory. It's on top of a strong support resistance level currently. But the same thing, you see a very small wick, and then if we go into 15, you can kind of see why. It's literally just been chilling here ever since it broke that level yesterday. So we're just going to be chilling for right now. You see gold ranging and stuff. I had this here because, again, we were going for sales. But if it breaks this level, then we could possibly see the reversal start. Still looking at GJ, but yeah, GJ is kind of doing the same thing. It's retesting that level there. So we're just going to be chilling right now. Yeah, depending on if we can hold that level, we can't see the reversal on that. It's the same thing with gold. It's on talking about AUs on a strong support resistance level. So depending on if it can hold that as a support and continue to push up, we can see the reversal. But if it rejects that level, we can see the downtrend continue. I believe the way you're saying it, I believe you were the same person asking about it like earlier this week. And like I mentioned that same day, it hit that level of traffic. It rejected that level, which is what caused price to push up. Like I said, but looking on the bigger time frame, it's not bullish yet. But like I said, depending on how price reacts to the news, the bullish momentum and the uptrend can start. Yeah, we're just chilling right now. Those just join the stream. Make sure that first in the description, join the free Telegram, free Signal room. Y'all see how we're doing so far the past 2 weeks. You're also going to see how we're doing so far this week. We're going to pull that up in a second as well, but we're just on the charts for right now. New 15 did just start. GJ is still holding that level as a support, but we're going to see how this candlestick goes so far. Looking at some other pairs as well. Don't see anything I like as of now. Let's see what this is doing. Yeah, that's still retracing. Yeah, but literally everything is just kind of just ranging right now. So we're just going to let price do that. We do have news, red folder news at 8:30 EST today. We got non-farm employment, we got unemployment, and then we got average hourly earnings. We also got a Euro bank holiday today. But let's see if that's really affecting the euro pairs. I did a big drop right there. All right, so we're gonna wait to see. I'm gonna wait and see how price reacts to 76.10. It rejected the strong support resistance level. Was looking to see if it was going to break that level, but the past 2 days it did break above it, but it wicked and rejected and closed underneath it. So that's showing this is strong support resistance level. And the way that it reacted last night, we did go for a G in buy, not an E in buy, but it did the same reaction. So it rejected that level. So we're going to see how it reacts to the support resistance level underneath it. Because depending on if it can still respect that support, we can just see price continue to push to the upside. But if it breaks below that, then we'll have to see and go from there. But yeah, depending on if there's any moves beforehand, like any pumps in volume or any like retests, probably not going to enter anything until after 8:30, if that. But we're still going to be on the chart seeing if there is some things we can jump into, but won't be too surprised or shocked if that is the case. I was also looking at the JPY pairs, and a few other JPY pairs are showing some slightly bearish signs, but same thing. We're ranging on key support resistance levels. So we're just going to have to wait and see how price reacts. Because again, I don't really like to enter pairs when they're ranging. I like to wait for them to break out the range. GJ is holding this level so far, though, so we might enter another position, another buy position, because we've been catching buys really all this month. There was only one sell position we took, and that was when there was that one time there was a slight chance of a reversal, but after we hit that sell, we went for another one, price reversed back, and then we continued back to getting the buys, as you can see. So yeah, then we took a nice buy yesterday on this as well. So this will just be a continuation of those buys. New 5-minute did just start. Yeah, gold's starting to reject the level as well. But again, I still need some more confirmation to be met. It is holding as resistance, but we're still going to wait for the next 15. Because again, if we just look here, price is really just ranging right now, just bouncing back and forth. It's not really any volume. So I'm not going to get too excited and pull the trigger just yet. But like I said, unless price can break and hold this level, which is failed to do the last 2 times price has broken above here, then we're still going to consider sells, because until recently, that's what we've been catching. We've been catching huge moves later this entire month on sells. Then we see price rejecting this level here. So we're just going to let that do its thing, wait for the next 15, and then go from there. Same thing with GJ. We're going to let that do its thing as well. But that's literally the only pairs I kind of like right now. As far as NAS and SPX, they're pushing up slowly, but they're not really at any good entry points. We'll need some retracements and or wait for price to hit that level above it. But just looking at market structure, still going to be considering buys, especially for long-term positions. But yeah, we're just going to be chilling for right now. So as far as the first in the description, we can go ahead and look at that. So there's not much going on right now. Let me just pull back up. Gold. Again, we're not in this. This is just a trade idea. Really just looking at the charts right now. All right, bam. Yeah, GJ is still struggling to hold that level as well. Yeah, so we're going to let this do its thing for this 15. We're still going to keep an eye on them, but we're going to go back to them in about 8 minutes to see how they're holding. Because we see gold as well ranging. So yeah, we're just going to let them do their thing for right now. So this is how we did yesterday. Well, no, that's not how we did yesterday. Well, yeah, that is how we did yesterday. So yesterday we went 2-0. EA, we hit TP1 a few times, caught 5 pips there, and then GJ, me and members into this during Tokyo session, all TBC, got 73 pips. 7-0 for the week. We took an L last night though, so we are technically 7-1 for the week as of right now. You click here, you scroll up, you'll see screenshots of the positions. You see the trade we took yesterday, and then you'll also see how we did. I believe this was Wednesday. Wednesday we went 2-0. Took 2 trades, entered both of these on the live, if I'm not mistaken. SPX TP2 got hit, caught 500 pips, and then GJ all TPs hit, caught 77 pips. Total 577 pips for that day. Same thing here. You click up here, it's going to take you to the top. We're going to see the entry, SL, the TPs, how many people viewed or entered the trade, reactions when the TPs got hit, and screenshots of the advanced play signaling and all that good stuff. And then looking at Tuesday we took 3 trades. We broke all these down on the live, but we didn't enter these until like a little bit after the live ended. But we took a GA buy, all TPs hit, cost 75 pips. EN buy, all TPs hit, cost 67 pips. And then another GJ buy, all TPs hit, cost 83 pips. So now you see why we're kind of leaning for a GJ buy currently, and why we also went for what was it? A GN buy. Excuse me, last night. And then of course Monday, we didn't take any trades because a bunch of bank holidays and markets were super slow. I was on the charts, but there was nothing I really liked. So we didn't take any trades on Monday. So even with the shorter week still up, and then you scroll to the 29th, you'll see some student results. There's plenty of other student results on my Instagram and TikTok as well. I should see that on the bottom of your screen. So moving this over to the right, we see gold still showing back red a little bit, which is a good sign. But like I said, still hasn't really gone anywhere. So we're just going to let it do its thing and wait for the next 15. So this is what you see on y'all's screen as well. This is how we did last week when 11-1, giving us a 92% win rate, catching total 5,400 pips. Last Monday we got 710 pips. Last Tuesday we got 2,020. Last Wednesday we got 2,128. Thursday we got 295 pips, and Friday we got 268. 3,000 of those 5,000 pips was caught in the advanced play signal room. You click right here. This is on the 28th, so you go to 28th, you'll see this. You click right here. It's going to take you to that Monday. Same thing, was catching GJ buys last week as well. Wins, losses, everything's documented here. All these trades are trades I personally enter, so if we make money or we hit TPs, I pay the TPs with you. You know, SLs, we hit SLs together as well. So yeah, and then there's more student results, and this is the second week you see on your screen. Went 13-1, another 92% win rate. Let's move this over. All right, cool. Let me make sure we're not missing anything. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. Just going through the pairs really quick, make sure we're not missing anything. But like I said, the JPY pairs, GJ is the only one that's looking bullish still. All the other ones had been doing some drops. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So we'll go to GJ. Now, I'm still going to be looking for buys on GJ, but there's just one thing I want to point out. So GJ, we can see, is clearly looking bullish. And if we're looking at these other pairs, which I was looking at last night as well, all these other ones are showing possible reversals or downtrend starting. We see CJ, past few days of a huge drop, doing the retest. Now, depending on if it treats at a resistance like it did yesterday, we could possibly be looking for sales here. But if it breaks and above that level and holds it, we could possibly see the uptrend come back into play. So definitely interesting there. And then also looking at Euro JPY, we see a similar thing, drop, similar move just like CJ. So depending on if it can break the support level or currently it's going to be treated as resistance around 149.80. We could possibly see a reversal start today as well. And then looking at some of the smaller JPY pairs, AJ, this one looks slightly different, but we don't really trade AJ like that. But I just want to point that out. That's very interesting. But we also kind of saw similar things with US30, SPX, and NAS yesterday. Even though US30 was looking extremely bearish, it still pumped up like it was an uptrend, like we were anticipating and expecting NAS and SPX to do. So that was interesting as well. I just wanted to point that out and show that for a second. But yeah, so we're just gonna be watching these two pairs still. We got a couple minutes to the next 15 and 5-minute starts. But we see here how gold was just right again, but still just chilling here. So won't be too shocked the price does this until either pre-market New York or, right until the news event starts. We are going to be going live today for the news with the members of. Already let the members know that. But yeah, I'm looking at the JPY pair still. I'm still leaning towards buys. But like I said, we're going to wait for the next 15. But it is holding it as a support level so far, which is a good sign. So yeah, we're going to go from there. Those just joining the stream, we have not entered these yet. These are just trade ideas. We're just watching the charts for right now. Make sure that first link in the description is a free signal and free Telegram. You see on your screen how we've done the last 2 weeks. This week so far we're 7-1. You'll be able to check out how we're doing so far this week as well. It was on a huge win streak, really. And that thing just ended last night. And so GJ is holding that level. Oops. I knew 15 just started. Yeah, so it's holding that level. So we'll see if we can take out the highs to the left. Ranged all night, broke this level, rejected, broke back above it. It's treating as a support. This is the highest it went yesterday as well, which was this wick. Hit this wick level again last night, rejected that level. Doing a slight retest. So depending on how price reacts right now, if it shows signs of trying to continue to push up, we might enter this. But for ranges / free test, we're just going to wait and let it do its thing for right now. So that's what we got going on right there. So I got that on my other screen. Looking at gold, gold did turn back red on this. I have a certain price level I'm looking at. So depending on price can hit that level and how price reacts when it hits that level, we'll determine we enter that. But these are the only two I kind of like right now. Gold's a little bit of a higher risk entry compared to GJ. But these are the only two that are at decent levels for potential entry points. So right now we're just waiting on confirmations. That's the biggest thing. Mm-hmm. So looking at other pairs, but I'm just waiting for honestly, I'm looking at GM. Price is still bullish. It did do a retracement, but honestly, this could just be the higher low. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing and wait for it to hit the next key level I got, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, so we're just chilling right now. Like I said, with the news that's coming out today, we'll not be too shocked if price is kind of just chilling until then. That's usually how it goes down. But we're still gonna be on the charts looking for some possible setups. So gold did just reject and drop that level. We do have this wall of price. So I want to see how it reacts to this wall of price first. We might enter this. DJ is still retesting the level as well. So looking at next week we got New Zealand. Well, that's Sunday, so I'm not really too concerned about Sunday. Usually don't trade on Sundays, maybe during Tokyo session, but not really. So looking at Monday, pretty clean looking week. We do have a couple red folder news events, but pretty clean, pretty normal looking Monday. Same with Tuesday, we have a bunch of Australian news, which is interesting because, again, depending on how the news goes down on Tuesday, we could either see what prices is doing today, and also depending on how the news goes today. But currently, the way the GA pairs and the EA pairs are looking, they are still bullish. These can just be higher lows being made. But depending on the news next week with this Australian news, depending on if it makes causes price to tank, then we could see either the uptrend continue or the reversal kick in to play. And we have a bunch of Australian news next week, like you see right here. We have two different ones at 12:30. Then we have another one at 7:20. Then another one at 9:30. So it's definitely going to be interesting. But yeah, as you can see, it's pretty clean looking normal week after today/Sunday. So definitely going to be important how the news today and next week goes. Mainly today though, especially with these USD pairs. So gold did just break this level, which I do like. And we got a new 5 minutes starting. As far as GJ is still just forming another level of traffic. So we're just going to let it do its thing for right now. So we're going to mainly pay attention to gold right now. We're still going to look at GJ, but this is what's going on here. It's still treated as support, but it hasn't really been doing too much. It's still choppy like it's been all last night. So we're just simply just going to move this over and let that do its thing. Yeah, so we're watching gold right now. So gold finally broke out of that ranginess that it was stuck in for like the past hour. Hit this wall of price underneath it. So now I want to see how it reacts to this wall of price. But depending on if it can hold that level, we might jump into that as well. New 5 minute did just start. So I actually pull up US30 out of curiosity. Out of the three, I probably wouldn't trade this one still. But we can also see here how I reject this one and push back up. So yeah, US30 is just completely choppy looking right now. There was some nice moves to catch here, but literally yesterday kind of just flipped the script on everything. So out of the three, I'd personally would enter NAS or mess with NAS because that's got the cleanest looking setup, especially on the daily time frame. Then I would go SPX. But as of right now, not really a good entry points. And it's not really any volume. Like as you can see, there was like a slight move here. And then after price retest that level and broke above it, it's just been chilling in no man's land. Those just joined the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. Looking at a couple pairs right now for potential entries, but we're just basically just looking at the charts, going over the possible setup for after the news, because that's when things are really going to start moving, is after the news. So after the news, we're either going to see some huge pumps or volume flow into the markets. And then depending on that, it could just be another dead day, because sometimes after these news events, price is still just dead or ranging. Like earlier this week, I want to say either Wednesday, after the news Wednesday, I I want to say it was Wednesday. I want to say it was Wednesday, but after the news, price was still just rangy. Like there was only like a couple quick moves. Then after that, price was just ranging, consolidating, kind of like what we see right here. Yeah, so the game plan for the day is looking at GJ. We've been catching buys literally this entire month on GJ, and if we just look on the daily time frame, we can see we're clearly bullish. We do have a few strong support resistance levels, one that we're currently on, excuse me, and then two, the one that we took a while to break out of, which we did last week. So really, like I always say, if everything's showing us buys, we're going to be looking for buys, but price is just ranging right now. So we can see some possible retracements, but I honestly wouldn't even consider sells unless price breaks below like 172.60, 172.65, and treats that as a resistance. But if you want to be super safe, I wait to see if price can break below 170, 180, because that's the next super strong support resistance level. Now, GN and GA, we've been catching buys the past couple of weeks, if not the entire month of those, but we just had a rejection of the level we went over yesterday on live. So depending on how the news goes today, we are on a strong support resistance level. So we can possibly see this be just a higher low. And we can see a higher high get made either today or next week. But again, like I said, we have a bunch of Australian news popping off next week as well. So depending on how that goes, we can either see the downtrend begin or the uptrend continue. So those two pairs are going to be very interesting to see what goes off and happens. And the same thing with the New Zealand pairs. We were catching nice buys on those pairs the past couple of weeks. Doing the retracement right now is on a key support resistance level. So depending on how price reacts to that level and or how news pops off, we can either see a reversal or this can just simply be a higher low being made. Because again, price doesn't just go straight up or straight down. Retracements, high, aka higher high. Higher lows or lower highs are part of the game as well. But let me refresh this because my screen just froze on me. So that's what we're looking at right now. And then gold, of course, like I said, we're on a strong support resistance level. So depending on if we can break that level and treat as support, or we continue to reject it as treat as resistance, will determine if the downtrend continues or the reversal and uptrend begins, even if it's for a short term. So new 5 minute just started. We got 5 minutes to the next 15, and then 20 minutes until the next hour starts. So now we can see on the daily a slight red. We can also see here, especially if I just highlight this really quick, how this is a super strong support resistance level. And we can see that a lot clearer when we go on a smaller time frame. We can see here how price constantly has been treating it as a resistance level here. And then also we look farther to the left, how price was treating it as support. All those wicks on the daily time frame, that's this right here. This is price over and over again, respecting this as support. Strong support could turn to a strong resistance, just like before this was strong support here, it was a strong resistance here. So this is why we're waiting to see how price reacts to this level here, because depending on, like I said, what side of the coin it wants to stay on, we could either see this become a strong support and the reversal pull up, or this can be a nice rejection and we continue to look for sells like we've been doing all this month. This is the biggest candlestick we've really seen in the past 2 hours. But as you can see, after it did that drop, it hasn't really gone anywhere. It's still at this wall of price here. So we're going to see what this next 15 looks like, because it literally hasn't moved at all. So yeah, we're just going to be watching gold and GJ. Those are the only pairs we kind of like right now. But if we look at GJ, we can see the same thing. Still treating as a support though. So the idea is still valid. Just waiting on our other confirmations. So just join the stream. Make sure that first link in the description. Join the free Telegram, free Signal room. You see how we do in the past couple of weeks. This week we are currently 7-1. We'll pull that up in just a second. Again, we went over that earlier. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. It's been a good month and a great year so far. What's going on, Fit Mom? I see you in here. And we've got a few more minutes to the next 15. Really interested to see what gold does this next 15. Still gonna be watching GJ, but as y'all can see on y'all screen, that's what we're dealing with right now. So really curious to see how gold reacts this next 15. It's forming a slight wick right now. Yeah, so it's retesting that level. Let's go ahead and see what these other pairs are up to. Yeah, price is just ranging right now. Looking at CJ as well. Yeah, so we're just gonna keep it on GJ for now. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, we may or may not enter anything before New York. Because again, we look at the news today with these news events, especially this one, ADP non-farm employment change, unemployment rate, and FOMC. The one earlier this week, surprisingly, didn't do too much to the markets, but it wasn't a red folder FOMC, so that might be why. It was an orange folder event, but usually the red folder FOMCs, unemployment claims, ADP, all that stuff, price is usually dead or choppy or rangy until that news pops off. So new 15 did just start. Gold and GJ are doing the same thing right now. Still just chilling, hugging these levels. But one thing I do want to point out is GJ is still holding it as a support, which is one thing to acknowledge. Same thing with gold. It is still trading that level as resistance. The thing we are lacking right now is volume. That's why price is just not really moving at all. And it's playing pinball with these levels. Volume is what causes price to break these levels and causes the moves and the flows in the market. Yeah, so we're gonna see here how it's treating that level of support still. But again, the reason why it's just bouncing back and forth and ranging is the lack of volume right now. Because price will naturally be attracted to these key support resistance levels. Now, whether they break or like cause pumps or dumps in the market, that's the volume. So without volume, price is literally just going to be just bouncing or taking a nap, like we saw in NAS, or just bouncing and ranging, hitting back and forth these levels, like we see GJ currently. But it is pushing back up slightly, so we're still going to keep an eye on it. So gold just did a retest. Let me pull that up so y'all see what I'm talking about. So gold just did a retest of this level. Still keeping an eye on it. That is a nice sign right there. So we're going to see if it can break that wall to the left. Then GJ, as you see by this wick, is still trading as low as support. Not entering this yet, but I'm moving it over and adjusting it. I want to write this trade idea up too. Just depending on what this next couple minutes do. Got a new 5 minute about to pop up at about a minute and some change. But yeah, we're just chilling right now. One thing about trading in the charts that you'll notice is, especially after a couple of months and a few quarters, you'll start noticing obviously the same things happen every day, but especially the same things happening with certain news events. So once you start noticing that stuff, you just write it down your trading plan. Well, not your what you can put in your trading plan, but your trading journal, your notebook, whatever you got, you should always be documenting, taking notes daily. Every trade you take, you should write down. You know, your SL, your TPs. You know how many pips you caught, how many pips you lost, your dollar amount as well, how much you was risking, your lot size, all this stuff you should write down and mark out. Even news events too. One thing I used to do, and I still do slightly, but only like when something new that I haven't already written down or already taken a mental note of, I noticed or occurred. But like with certain news events, specifically the red folder, like for example, the news events that happened this week or last week, I'd write down, the date, the news event, the time the news event popped off, and then the result of that news event. Like for example, if it was this week on Tuesday, the 10 a.m. Uh, consumer confidence, I write down the time, the news event, and then the result of that news event. Whereas whether, whoops, price pumped up, price pumped down, didn't affect the markets at all, whatever the case may be. Because 9 out of 10, that next news event, especially if it's a red folder, it's the same news event, you might see similar, if not the same, reaction happen, which you see a lot with all these pairs, especially the members in the advanced play signal. If you've been watching or been here during all those lives, you see similar, if not the same things happen 9 times out of 10, again and again and again and again. Now you see same things like this happen all the time, but as far as the behavior of the news candlestick, you see similar things happen 9 times out of 10 all the time. Those just joined the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. We're just going over the game plan for the day, the news for the day, and we're just watching these charts right now. But as of now, nothing's really going on. And it might be like this until pre New York or right until the hour or the candlestick of the news event. Members, we are going to be going live for this news event during New York. So do be on the lookout for that. Yes, I'm looking at some other pairs right now. Just to make sure we're not missing anything. But yeah, everything else is just chilling right now. Make sure that first link in the description on the free Telegram, free signal room. You see how we're doing so far the past 2 weeks. We're 7-1 so far this week. You can see how we're doing this week as well. So GJ is pushing back up, which is nice. But now we got a small wall right here. So I want to see if we're going to break this level or not. So now we got a small wall right here. We got a wall right here. Well, it did break that level. But I am liking this. What's going on, Horse and Carriage? I see you. Yeah, I appreciate the follow. Y'all make sure also when you hit that first link, make sure also, oh yeah, this is how we did. This is the first week y'all see on the screen. You go to the 21st, you'll be able to see the recap of that. 13 to 1, 92% win rate. We'll go over how we're doing this entire month. Well, actually, since we're already up here, go ahead. If you scroll to the 20th, you'll see some more student results. Just like if you scroll to the 26th or the 28th, you'll see some as well. You'll see screenshots and all that good stuff. So how we did the second week of March. And also check this out. If you go to the 18th, you'll be seeing how I flipped $100 into $300 in just 3 days. We can go over that really quick. So this was the first screenshot. I might make this into a video, but I already got a $200 account challenge going on. I don't want to make a $100 account challenge video. I feel like that'd be like redundant. But if you click my profile, you'll see my $200 account flip challenge was pretty much the same strategy I used to flip this small account I was playing around with. So I do suggest checking that out. I might link that later if I remember. But I do like GJ, so we might be entering this depending on what the next 15 looks like. As we can see, I wish I would have kept that. Well, if I put it back here, you'll kind of see. But I had this marked off. And you see it rejecting that level. But the fact that it's treating as support is a good sign. But like I said, we're just lacking volume right now. All right. But wins, losses, every trade I post, you'll see my personal entry, SL, all that good stuff. Reactions stay on. So you'll see people's reactions to their trades. You know. Also, another thing I'd like to see y'all go to if y'all are in the free channel is go to the 16th. You'll see me break down another gold sell from earlier this month. I go over price points, why we were looking at sells, why we was looking at those price levels, etc. This, I don't know, I could check this out as well, but this was on the 14th. I dropped this on a Sunday. This was the chart analysis. And a lot of these ended up playing out exactly as projected the entire week. Like you just watch this video and then just look at the trades we took that week. It literally plays out. So yeah, and then there's also one of these days I dropped a live from the Advanced Play Signal Room as well. I forgot what day that was, but I dropped that as well. But yeah, so you saw that. I think I scrolled past the other week. There's another video. But yeah, there's a bunch of student results in here. Also on my Instagram and TikTok. Trying to see. This is how we started the month. So we started the month 72, 77% win rate. Then you saw how we did the last 2 weeks, and then of course how we ended this month. So definitely been a good month. And then also, if you click this pin message, this will take you. Here's some more student results. But if you click this pin message, it'll take you to almost the very top. And if you use code 1 year, there's a reason why we use the code 1 year, because literally last week was the anniversary when the playbook got created. So you click the pin message and scroll to the top, you'll literally be able to see how we've been consistently averaging 80 to high 90% win rates weekly, monthly, and quarterly. And again, wins, losses, everything's documented here. Everything's posted here. Daily, weekly, and monthly. So make sure to check that out. So we got 3 minutes until the next 15. GJ is still respecting the support, so we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. If it shows signs are going to try to attempt to take out these highs to the left, we might jump in on this. What prop firm would I recommend? That's an excellent question. So the prop firms I use, if you click my description, those are the 2 prop firms I use. The first one is the main one I use, MFF, but those are the 2 I use in the description. Our brokers in my description. Link to the free telegrams in the description. Of course, the links to my programs are in the description. But yeah, everything's in the description, and then as well as my leverage for my broker is in the description as well. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. The links there are there as well to send you directly to those websites. But I also post them in the free Telegram as well. I think I posted it earlier. Well, we're still in. Okay, never mind. I think I posted it earlier this week. But I do post my broker and the prop firm I use at least multiple times a week, at least once or twice a week. I don't like to blow that up too much with that stuff because we already posted a lot in here, as you can see, like just scrolling. But I could have sworn I posted. Yeah, so you go to the 25th. This is the broker. I mean, this is the prop firm I use. You go to the 25th. I go over the prices, pros and cons of it, and all that good stuff. And then also, I think the other day I posted the broker I use. If I'm not no, so you go to the 31st. Yeah, I posted it like the other day in the free Telegram. So that's the prop firm I use. And then I feel like earlier this week I posted the broker I use as well. If not earlier this week, then last week. But I do tend to post them at least once or twice a week in the free channel because I know new people be joining or new people be interested. But I guess I didn't post my broker in a while, but it is linked. Oh, here it is. So you go to the 23rd. That's my broker as well. I go over the leverage and ratio I use and the details of that and all that good stuff. So we got a new 15 about to start. And I also got videos on my channel as well going over my personal strategy and trading plan that I use to pass my current prop firm accounts and to pass the ones in the past. So make sure to check that out. I might link those in a second. And by might, I mean I am. So there are a few different strategies that I have personally used. So it's just up to you, whatever seems best for you. Let me try to find it. New 15 to just start. Let me go ahead and post this disclaimer just in case we do enter something. But yeah, let me find this video really quick. Yes, I'm gonna drop a few videos and then like, yeah, I like how these are looking right here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I like this right here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, but members, while I'm doing this, just a side note, I'm not gonna want to miss this live because we're gonna go over a lot of stuff. We're not just gonna be watching the news. We're going to be going over mindset, long-term trading goals and trading plans. We're going to be going over the details of the charts, looking at setups and all that good stuff. So you definitely don't want to miss out. But of course, like always, it is going to be recorded just in case you do miss it and post it in the channel. But definitely, I do suggest watching this over the weekend as well. So give me 1 second. Because mindset is definitely important with trading and life in general as well. Same thing with perspective. So we're going to be going over that as well. Let's 4. All right, cool. Things already pushing up. Give me 1 second, y'all. I can't talk and type. So that's why I'm quiet right now. I can't talk and type. All right, cool. Yeah, so give me 1 second, y'all. So we already hit the first TP. Like I said, the TPs I just posted in the channel. Typing some other stuff right now, so give me a second. But we did hit the first TP. I'm not going to send a notification until like we hit TP2 though. I mean, we did tap it, but I want to see if we can break through it. If you haven't read the disclaimer, make sure to read the disclaimer. I say that all the time, and there are still people that don't read the disclaimer. And the one tell sign that I know y'all didn't read the disclaimer is when y'all ask me a question that is in the disclaimer. All right, now. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. So we're gonna let these run and do their thing. Yeah, so we're gonna let these run and do their thing. 4 o'clock hour did just start. All right, so let me go back to finding those videos to link. I ain't forget about your horse in the carriage. I got you. Oh yeah, I did see that email, Shaka. I hope I'm saying that correctly. So the first thing I want you to do, if you haven't already, is go to the channel. I'm gonna walk you through it on the screen. All right, so we're still in the live. So after this, then I'm gonna drop those links. I forget about y'all. So let me scroll up a little bit. So we're in advanced play signal. I have to scroll up because we do have an active trade right now. So I'm not going to show that. But this is the price watches I dropped yesterday. This was the trade yesterday, the GJ trade that I showed y'all earlier at the beginning of the stream. This is the GJ trade from yesterday. You see the entry SL. You see the date 31st. So, we go right here. This was the 30. Well, no, that wasn't the 31st. We entered this last night during Tokyo session. I confused myself. So we entered it last night during Tokyo session. So 31st into the 1st. So we entered it this day. And yesterday's live was in this trade active as well. We hit the final TPs on yesterday's live actually. And then there's the other position here that we're currently in. But if you just joined, the first thing I want you to do is go over these pinned messages, read the rules, join the group chat, and then watch the pinned video in the group chat. That video is going to show you how to properly calculate your lot size. That way you're risking the same amount each trade and you're not over leveraging. Because one of the biggest things that messes people up with trading is over leveraging and blowing accounts. And, if you over leverage your account, if you end up losing a trade, you won't have enough wiggle room to make that money back. Because it is a numbers game. You're not going to win every trade, right? Like we just went on a win streak, and The one trade we lost, people were upset with that trade. I'm like, how can we win 8+ trades in a row, and that one loss you'd be upset with? I would not be upset with that unless I went crazy and I blew all my wins away. Because realistically, unless you over leverage, you should. I don't know. Like I said, it's all about mindset too. Because some people, one negative thing that happens or like one bad thing, they they highlight that and ignore all the good things that happen in trading and life in general. But that's besides the point. So make sure to read those pin messages and then join the group chat, watch that pin video. Then the next thing I want you to do is watch the lives. All right. So all the videos that are 30+ minutes long, watch those. Okay. It's the weekend as well. You have plenty of time to watch those. As you can see, there's over 300 videos, over a year's worth of content from Tokyo session lives and New York session lives. So I want you to do watch last 30+ minutes long. You can also this week you don't have to do it all the other weeks, but this week's the price watch list videos because again we go over trades in a free channel and the advanced play signal room that we took. So this will kind of help you see behind the scenes why we even went for those trades, because in these videos we go over price points and we go in depth and break down why we're looking for buys or looking for sells. All right, and then of course you got any questions, DM me and I'll like guide you to certain videos if you're kind of confused. But yeah, definitely do that. I think we hit TV2. But yeah, let me go ahead and drop those videos. Or now that we're caught up. So the first prop firm video. Let's see. All right, so this one is a prop firm video, but this one you can still use for prop firm accounts. And this one's titled "The Best Way to." Well, what's the title? The Best Way to Grow Your Account: How to Double Your Account in 2 weeks. All right, this isn't clickbait. This is realistic and very possible. I'll show you in multiple different videos that is possible. Those that was here for like about 10 minutes ago, I showed you that image of me turning 100 to 300, and that was just in 3 days. And also, I have 2 videos on YouTube: the $200 account flip challenge, where literally in a week I doubled my account, and then in this video I show you how to consistently double your account in 2 weeks. So you can use the exact same strategy with prop firms. Obviously, you're not going to double your account off a prop firm because you should only be risking 1% per trade, if that. And of course, those watching the recording of this, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen so y'all can see for yourself. But definitely watch that video because that video is going to help you with both your personal and funded accounts. So make sure to check that video out. And this video is me breaking down me passing a 50K Forex, my Forex funds account prop firm challenge. And I break down the strategy in that. And then let me see something. Let me find one more video. And then this video right here. Yeah, so these are the 3 videos I suggest watching. All right, y'all. And if y'all want to contact me directly, it should be on y'all's screen. You can hit me up and DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. Also, make sure to hit that follow on TikTok as well. I post daily on both pages. Some stuff I can't post on Instagram, so I post on TikTok, and vice versa. Some stuff I can't post on TikTok, so I have to post on Instagram. So make sure to follow me on both. We're almost at 1,000 followers on TikTok, almost 1,000 subscribers on here. Once we hit 1,000 on TikTok, I'll be able to go live on there as well. Got a lot of stuff planned there. The lives will be outside of the scheduled lives for London session. So definitely be on the lookout for that. So speaking of TikTok, let me go back to the free channel really quick. All right, cool. Let me find the free channel really quick. And if you go to just, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, I'm going to show y'all and let y'all know in just a second. So yeah, if you scroll up to the 31st, watch this TikTok video. And I posted another one yesterday as well. Watch my most recent ones. Those are going to help y'all out as well. I go over more in detail how to read the charts and candlesticks. But those watching recorded, this is the first video you need to check out. This is exactly the exact title of the videos on my channel. So make sure to check those out. You don't have to watch them in any specific order, but definitely check those out, especially if you're interested in profit from accounts. So on the charts, I think we see we hit TP1. I think we hit TP2 as well, but I think we like tapped it. I want to see if we could break through it, but these are only 2 trades we're going to be in right now. We're going to let these do their thing. Like I mentioned before, we do have some high impact news popping off later on today during New York. So price can be rangy and choppy until then, so don't be too shocked about that. All right, we have a Euro bank holiday all day today, well, specifically for Italia. And then at 8:30, we have average hourly earnings, non-farm employment, and unemployment rate popping off at the same time. Numbers, we're going to be going live for that event. So I'll be on the lookout for that. But like I said, we're going to be going over a lot of stuff in today's live. So definitely, if you do miss it, make sure to watch the recording once I do post that on the channel. New 15 just started. We're about to go for round 2 on GJ. Yeah, so I'm going to let these things run for right now. Things should be a lot more cleaner next week. But like I mentioned before, the last week and the first week of every month is usually the roughest and the choppiest because of the news events coming out. And of course, we throw in a bunch of bank holidays. That's not going to help as well. Literally, the first week of this month, we had on Monday a bunch of bank holidays, and we're ending this month the exact same way. So we go to the first, we see literally it's a repeat of this week. Bunch of bank holidays to start the week, then a bunch of high impact news events, literally all week. Literally rinse and repeat. And it looks like the next Monday was like that as well. Yeah, so we're just gonna be chilling right now. Next week should be a lot cleaner for most pairs besides Australian pairs. We went over that as well. So if you just on the stream, definitely rewind and watch from the beginning because we went over basically the projections and the game plan for the day before and after news. We went over a few other things as well. Make sure that first thing in the description, join the free Telegram, free Signal room. You see how we did the past 2 weeks on the screen. We went over that and how we doing so far this week as well. This week we're 7-1. So not a bad week at all. It's been a great month so far as well. Going to be doing the recap. I was supposed to do that yesterday. I'm going to do that. If not today, it's going to be over the weekend. But I'm going to be doing the tally and recap of the month because the month did just end. This is the last month of this quarter. So when this month ends, we're going to be doing the recap of this month and the quarter as well. And yesterday's live, we went over how we did last quarter and all that stuff. But yeah, we're just going to let these trades run and do their thing. And we're going to be back at it next week, same time, London session 3 a.m. EST.